Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you. It turned into a beautiful evening. Now we have cloud cover. It's not storming on us like it would have seemed. The stars are aligning. Thanks a lot for being out here and holding your sign and bringing attention to the importance of the First Amendment in our schools. I really appreciate you. Today we have a few speakers to talk to you. The first is Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Sebastian Gorka is the founder and host of his nationally syndicated shows America First and the Gorka Reality Check. He served on former President Donald Trump's National Security Education Board and was our nation's deputy assistant to the president for strategy in the White House. We are honored to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Seb Gorka.
Thank you kindly, Stephanie. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight, braved the potentially bad weather. He thinks I'm short. Thank you. I have just two main things to say to you tonight by way of providing you the rhetorical ammunition you need to win this fight. And it is a fight. Number one, as the child of those who suffered under fascist occupation and then were persecuted under communist totalitarianism, what this school board is proposing is utterly fascistic. Speech codes for anyone, let alone children, is wrong and is un-American. The idea that you would be punished for using the wrong word is not simply wrong, it is unconstitutional. And the Constitution is clear. Government has no role in controlling speech. None. Zero. The second is a far more serious long-term threat. This proposed regulation concerning the correct use of pronouns in a transgender environment is just one aspect of a much deeper, invidious, and I would say diabolical scheme. The transgender movement in America today is evil. Let me be clear about what we are talking about. This program, this ideology, right now is, quote, transitioning minors. Now, what does that mean, transitioning? Mostly young girls. It means a couple of things. Number one, medicating them, using puberty blockers, and in the case of young boys, chemical castration with drugs like Lupron. These are all drugs that have never been studied for their long-term effects on pubescent children, with an attempt to change their gender, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is empirically impossible. They accuse conservatives of being science deniers. Let's be clear. A man has XY chromosomes. A woman has XX chromosomes. From the moment of conception to the day they are put in the ground. That is non-negotiable. You can't change chromosomal makeup. You can put a dress on, you can mutilate that child, but it doesn't change the unique genetic code that is created at conception. So what are they doing? What are they doing? They are mutilating children. Now, I'm not going to apologize for what I'm about to say because everybody needs to talk about it. Child abuse. Young girls are having their breasts removed. Boys are having their sexual organs removed. These are not reversible. These are permanent sterilizations. If this were done in the 1940s in a camp in Poland, you would call these genocidal, Mengele-like experiments. They are being done in America today, and we must stop stop them.
Amen. Got that right.
It has been said by somebody else a long time ago that a civilization is measured primarily by how it treats the most vulnerable members of that society, being the unborn, children, and the aged. We will be measured one day by our Creator, by what we did to stop the child abuse. What is proposed in that building today is speech codes that are fascistic and part and parcel of the support for the mutilation of children. I will not let it happen. You will not let it happen. We must win this fight. God bless you all.
Bless you. Got that right.
Thank you, Seb. We appreciate all you've done for this country. I'm also proud to introduce another leader in the Congressional District 11. Instilling voter confidence is #1 for a Jim Miles victory this November. Like us, my friend Jim Miles believes in academic excellence and common sense classrooms in our public schools. Please help me to welcome our next Congressman in Congressional District 11, Jim Miles.
Thank you, and welcome to all the parents and everyone from Fairfax County. Just to remind you, my name is Jim Miles. That's Miles with a Y, and I'm very proud to stand before you here today. Quickly, just in terms of my background, for those that don't know me, I'm a veteran Air Force Master Instructor pilot, and then I served for over a decade as a federal judge. Worked on a House subcommittee, Ways and Means subcommittee on Social Security for a year. So I'm very excited, and we're getting so much positive feedback as we're going out and starting our campaign out here in the 11th District. But I have a child in Fairfax County Public Schools, and I'm concerned, and that's why I'm here. People ask me why I'm running for Congress, and they say you flew jets, you taught people how to fly jets, you were a judge, you just retired, and I say, hey, it's an easy decision for me. I've got children in high school and college, and I love my children, and I know all of you love your children and your grandchildren. And if we continue on this path with the Democrats, the woke, the liberals, the Biden, Connolly model, our kids' future is just very bleak. And what we need to do is give our children a bright future, and that's why I stand here before you today. Yeah, so I look at Fairfax Public Schools. They've lost about 10,000 students this year. Test scores are down 30%, sometimes more in other areas. And there's more and more kids that can't even read and write at grade level. That's not a model of success, and we really need to change that. And what we would think you'd want to do is return to a safe, secure environment with an excellence in learning. And instead what we're seeing here is a return to the woke, radical, political indoctrination and the sexualization of our youngest and most impressionable members of our communities, and we need to stop that. And for that I say thank you to the New Democrats, and thank you to Joe Biden, and thank you to Jerry Connolly, and thank you to the school board. We need to change direction, and we need to make our schools safe and secure again. And that's what I stand for before you today. All I'll say is, as a congressman, what I'll do for you is, first, I'm here with you tonight, and like I said, I have a child here, and I'll be with you throughout the fight to make sure that we hold this woke school board and the administrators responsible and accountable for their actions. I'll certainly fight at the federal level to make sure that parents are not targeted by our federal government for harassment, because I think that's wrong on so many levels, and we need to stop that. And I guess the last thing is I would try to work for legislation or something to protect our children from the radical indoctrination and sexualization that's going on. And we need to protect our children from these radical leftists, and I think that we can do that. So the last thing I'll say is, again, my name is Jim Miles. That's what I stand for. And I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll stand with me. The election's November 8th, and I hope to see you out there. My website, milesforcongress.com. Again, miles with the Y for Congress.com. I hate to throw the pitch, Facebook and Twitter, but they tell me I have to do that as part of the role that I'm playing. But thanks again, and I'm really excited to be out here, and I thank all of you, especially our leaders that are setting up what we need to do to take our schools back for our children. So thank you, everybody.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much, Jim. We're proud to stand behind you, and we're looking forward to helping you usher in a victory in November. So we'll all be at the polls for you for sure. Our next speaker is Freddie Burgos, Vice Chairman of the Republican Hispanic Assembly of Virginia. Thanks for joining us, Freddie.